Welcome to the Explainer, everyone. Look, if you're an engineering student gearing up to make that massive leap from academia straight into the professional world, you are in exactly the right place. You've spent years mastering the math, the physics, the late-night coding sessions, but how do you actually translate those hard skills into a successful career? Well, today, we're building your ultimate engineer's toolkit. We're going to break down a really powerful career blueprint straight from someone who has walked the exact path you're on right now and totally crushed it at the very top of the tech industry. And our guide today is Naga Shankar. So get this, just like you, he sat in the exact same lecture halls as an alumnus of Malnad College of Engineering. And today, he's working over in the US at Amazon on the Alexa team. I mean, that is a staggering trajectory, right? Going from a local college start to working on a product that literally sits in millions of living rooms worldwide. He's generously offered to share his playbook with us, so we're going to distill his upcoming session into the foundational tools you absolutely need to kickstart your own engineering journey. Okay, let's dive right into the schematic. On May 23rd, Shankar is actually hosting a session to exchange information with all of you, and it covers a precise 5-part blueprint. We're talking essential tech leadership skills, why you need a mentor, navigating rejection, using AI for rapid learning, and finally, building for global scale. So jumping right in with part 1 of our toolkit, we have essential tech leadership skills, or really how to become a leader in any organization. Now, I know what you might be thinking. As a fresh grad, leadership kind of sounds like a buzzword reserved for, middle managers. But in tech, leadership is a foundational engineering skill from day one. It's definitely not just a title you're handed, it's a mindset you've got to cultivate immediately. Shankar focuses on the specific, actionable methods you can use right now to boost these skills. For instance, as a junior developer, leadership isn't about managing people quite yet. It's about extreme ownership. It's taking a single, stubborn bug, tracing it all the way back to the root cause, clearly communicating your fix to the senior devs, and then deploying it with confidence. Whether you're leading a small code-based refactor or just taking charge of your daily stand-up update, these proactive methods are absolutely required for any organization you join. It's all about stepping up when others might just sit back and wait for instructions. Moving on to section 2 of our blueprint, why you need a mentor and unlocking guided career growth. Look, transitioning into the tech industry can honestly feel like trying to drink from a fire hose. The absolute best way to manage that kind of pressure? Getting yourself a guide. Just consider the stark contrast between going it alone versus having a mentor in your corner. Think about it. In college, your feedback comes neatly packaged as a grade on a test. But in the real world, feedback is messy. It's subjective, and sometimes it's practically non-existent until your annual review rolls around. Shankar makes a great point here. A mentor provides a candid, unbiased assessment of your actual performance. They'll tell you where your technical and interpersonal blind spots are way before those blind spots derail a massive project. Plus, a mentor grants you direct access to a huge variety of information and years of lived experiences. There is a real reason engineers with mentors tend to get promoted significantly faster. I mean, why make a painful career mistake if a veteran engineer can warn you about it first, right? All right, section 3, we're talking navigating rejection and building real resilience in your career. Which brings us to a slightly tougher but absolutely critical piece of the puzzle. How do you handle career uncertainties? It's a heavy question, for sure. Because as you step out of academia, you're inevitably going to face job rejections, barmed technical interviews, code that simply will not compile an hour before a major deadline, and maybe even product launches that completely miss the mark. The anxiety surrounding all these uncertainties, it's totally normal for new engineers entering the workforce. We all feel it. And that is exactly why Shankar is dedicating a huge chunk of his session to this very topic. He's sharing his own real-world experiences on managing through rejections to prove to you that setbacks are just, they're part of the process. They aren't the end of your career. In fact, you kind of have to start thinking of your career exactly like your code. Rejections, they're just data points. They're just part of the iterative process of debugging your own professional journey. Just like a failed test case tells you exactly where your logic broke, a failed technical interview tells you exactly which algorithms or system design concepts you need to brush up on next. See how that works? It removes the raw emotion from the sting of rejection and replaces it with pure iteration. Hearing exactly how an engineer at Amazon Alexa debugged his own career uncertainties is going to give you a tremendous psychological advantage. Okay, section 4, using AI for rapid learning, or what I really like to call the engineer's multiplier. We are firmly planted in the modern AI era, guys, and as a new engineer, You need to inject this technical horsepower into your workflow right now. Shankar breaks down the AI advantage into 3 super practical things you absolutely must be doing. First, it enhances problem solving. Think of it like having a relentless, totally tireless pair programming partner that's always awake and ready to bounce logic off of. Second, it enables rapid learning of complex systems. When you join a new company, you're rarely building stuff from scratch. You're usually facing massive, completely undocumented legacy code bases. AI can help you decipher those sprawling systems in a fraction of the time it would take to read through, outdated wiki pages. And third, it boosts your day-to-day work efficiency by just automating all the boring boilerplate. Let it write the unit tests, generate the basic structures, handle the syntax formatting. That frees up your brain's bandwidth to focus on the high-level architecture and the really complex engineering work. Honestly, if you aren't leveraging AI in these 3 ways, your peers are simply going to outpace you. And that brings us to Section 5, building for global scale, moving from embedded systems to worldwide launches. So here we are, the ultimate career goal for so many engineers, executing massive, incredibly complex projects that actually touch millions of lives. The timeline we're looking at here brilliantly connects the dots of Shankar's own career trajectory. Step 1. He built a rock-solid foundation by spending years in the embedded and semiconductor industry. Now, why does that matter? Because truly understanding how logic gates and silicon work at a microscopic level gives you a supreme structural advantage when you start scaling things up. That deep, low-level hardware understanding naturally paved the way to step 2, which was building incredibly complex hardware and software products. And that ultimately culminated in step 3, launching those cloud-based products worldwide at a massive scale, bringing intelligence into living rooms all around the globe with Amazon Alexa devices. He's going to share exactly what it takes to navigate this crazy scaling process. So what's your next move? Well, bring this toolkit, bring your ambition, and definitely join the May 23rd session. Shankar's so excited to spend some quality time with all of you. And remember, he specifically frames this as an opportunity to exchange information. This is a two-way street, folks, not some boring, one-sided lecture. It's a really inviting chance for you to ask the burning questions you have about transitioning into the industry directly to someone who has reached the absolute pinnacle of it. We've covered the essential leadership skills to totally own your projects, the absolute necessity of a mentor to guide your path, how to debug and bounce right back from rejection, how to multiply your technical skills with AI, and the rigorous path to global scale. You literally have the blueprint right in your hands now. So the only question left is this: what complex product are you going to build first? Keep learning, keep building, and definitely go check out that session on May 23rd.